Good evening, Stevens Point. I'm Ryan Wadzinski. This week in SPTV News, the House passes an anti-discrimination bill. Protesters begin to assemble for the trial of Derek Chauvin, and Wisconsin AP scores hold steady in the pandemic. All this and more when we return. The House of U.S. Representatives passed a bill yesterday that would prohibit discrimination of LGBTQ Americans. They passed a similar bill 2 years ago, which was not passed by the then Republican-controlled Senate. The vote yesterday came after 2 days of at times intense debate, with several lawmakers speaking from their own experiences. Richie Torres of New York, who is gay, said, quote, "None of us should be evicted, fired, or denied accommodations and services simply because of who we are and whom we love," end quote. Marjorie Taylor Greene of Georgia attacked Representative Mary Newman and her transgender daughter, saying, quote, "Your biological son does not belong in my daughter's bathrooms, locker rooms, and sport teams," end quote. The Senate would need 60 votes to pass the bill as well, but as of now, the Judiciary Committee hasn't planned out a schedule to do so. The trial of Derek Chauvin is set to begin on March 8th. Chauvin is charged with second-degree manslaughter for the death of George Floyd last year. With high tensions around the case, some protesters are already turning out at the courthouses to make their voices heard.
Say his name. Say his name.
Standing in front of the government center where Derek Chauvin will stand trial starting March 8th, racial justice groups say they will be front and center throughout.
Look at all these barricades. That is the system. And walls will not stop us. Fences will not stop us from protesting.
City officials and law enforcement have stressed the security precautions, including the extensive fencing, are there to protect not only the trial, but the protests. These groups aren't buying that.
They are more afraid of the people than they are afraid of police violence. They want to make it seem like the protesters are the problem.
Nikemi Levy-Armstrong of the Racial Justice Network says racial justice organizations are putting the city and state on notice.
We are asking the people of this state who call themselves progressive to stand in solidarity with us, to show up if you can when we issue calls to action.
Investigations of last year's riots found some of the most violent agitators were in fact from out of town and even out of state, something these groups say they have no control over.
We're going to protect our protest. We're going to do the best we can to ensure the safety of the people that come out to protest.
In addition to Chauvin, the 3 other officers involved in Floyd's death will stand trial with him. Tune back into SPTV for future updates on the trial. New data from the College Board shows that 26% of Wisconsin's high school class of 2020 scored a 3 or higher on at least one AP exam. This number is down only 0.2% from the previous year, indicating that the pandemic has had less of an impact on scores than anticipated. The majority of these tests were taken last May, when many students were at home and in the midst of virtual learning. Many tests were modified to be open book and significantly more essay-based. Mark Schwingle, the AP programming consultant for the Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction, said he was happy that scores hadn't really decreased and that it was a difficult time for students and administrators alike. That's all the news stories we have this week. After the break, Ryan Kreft will give us an update in the world of entertainment, on and offline.
.90 FM is the University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point alternative radio station. It showcases some really awesome new music and old alternative music. So it's a really great opportunity for students to get involved in radio and in all the processes that happen behind the scenes.
90 FM is an important experience because it offers things that no place else, maybe not only on campus but at other universities. We have a general staff of over 100 volunteers, a lot of which are community volunteers. So those are people that are living in Stevens Point.
On this beautiful radio station, you are tuned into College Radio Day, right here on 90 FM, your only alternative.
Just has the potential to be something as great as you want to make it.
Can you tell our viewers what radio station they should be listening to?
You should listen to 89.9, 90 FM, your only alternative.
Hey Pointers, I'm Ryan Kreft, this week in SPTV Entertainment. Tomorrow, Saturday the 27th, the 13th annual Fishing for a Mission will take place. It's an ice fishing tournament held on Lake Dubay that benefits St. Jude and the Marshfield Children's Hospital. Prizes will be awarded in various categories for both kids and adults. Registration is $5 for adults and is $25 for adults, and $5 for kids. Registration and the award ceremony will take place at the Dock of Dubay Bar in Junction City. Come on down to catch some fish and support a good cause. And you may even see our news producer Sam out jigging away. We had some absolutely beautiful weather this week with temperatures reaching into the low 40s on Tuesday. Nothing welcomes in warm weather in spring better than the local ice cream shops reopening. This upcoming weekend, both Belts and Heavens to Betsy Ice Cream will be starting their seasons. Belts opens on March 5th from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. and Heavens to Betsy opens on Sunday the 7th from 11 to 4. Swing by to get your frozen dairy fix. Ignite Young Professionals is hosting Intro to Ignite, a meeting designed to introduce people to the organization. Ignite's goal is to provide professional development and volunteer opportunities to young people, as well as to provide social interaction. You can join in person at the Portage County Business Council building or virtually via Google Meet. If you come in person, they ask that you wear a mask and keep your distance. The event knocks off at 6:30 on March 1st. It is free to join in, but it is asked that you register beforehand on the Ignite Young Professionals Eventbrite page. That is all I have for you tonight in SPTV Entertainment. For more, check out our entertainment shows, What's the Point? And You Got Game, hosted by yours truly. Next up, I'll pass it off to Nathan Wegner with SPTV Sports.
UW-Stevens Point is home.
It's a university where professors know your name and get you involved in research.
They inspire us to realize big dreams.
At UW-Stevens Point, sustainability is what we stand for.
Our beautiful campus encourages exploration, developing new fields, and problem solving for the real world.
It's a great place to launch your career.
UW-Stevens Point is home.
Apply today at uwsp.edu.
Hey Pointers, I'm Nathan Wegner. Welcome back to another edition of Sports in SPTV News. We're going to start with some professional action as the Bucks walked away with another win over the New Orleans Pelican last night in what came out to be a tight 129-125 victory. Antetokounmpo had 38 points and Chris Middleton had 31 as well. They are on a 4-game win streak and look to continue that when they play the LA Clippers on Sunday. And the Brewers start their spring training season on Sunday as they play the Chicago White Sox at 2:05 p.m. Looks to be an exciting season as they added some new faces to the roster. Moving on to college sports now, the UWSP season continues on its way this week. 3 teams were victorious on Wednesday night as both basketball teams won over UW River Falls and the women's hockey team won over Northland College with a 3-1 victory. All teams are back in action tonight as they look for a sweep to close out their regular seasons. WIAC playoff action will be starting soon as the basketball teams have their respective seed and will be starting on the road. And that's all I have for you sports and SPTV. As always, stay happy and stay healthy, Pointers. And as always, roll dogs.
Quiet on set. We'll be back in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take Ben.
Live at SPTV, mic check, audio check, news directors adjusting the sound, teleprompter running smoothly. Floor director, alert! Cameras are rolling, bring in the talent. Where's the makeup artist? Anchors ready for the news. Are you ready to join SPTV? That's a wrap, lights out.
Hey Pointers, welcome to the weekly Student Government Association update. This week in SGA, Senate passed a resolution in support of students' academic success during COVID-19. This piece of legislation highlights academic and mental health resources for students across all 3 campuses. If you'd like to join SGA, please contact Speaker of the Senate Bailey Botan or reach out to someone in student government. Senate meets every Thursday at 6:15. This past week, student government also partnered with different resources on campus to promote awareness for sexual assault, harassment, and interpersonal violence. You can find resources on all the SGA social medias. Make sure you follow SGA on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for more information. Thanks, everyone. That's all that we have for you this week in SPTV News. Until next time, Stevens Point, stay safe and have a great night.